Okay, we're back. I got a little bit ahead of myself. What I did a couple things. I finished off the boots here, and I just wanted to show you what I did here, if I can real closely, if I can get some of the chips out of the way. See here, all I did was, after I scooped it out to give it that look of a boot, and put the soles on, I cut on either side, a stop cut, and made a little square. Now I'm going to paint the buckle in the center, just make it a little bit easier to do. So that's all you have to do is cut on either side of that, and I don't know if you can see that or not. See, there's a, oh, let's see, right there. See, it's a little bit indentation there. I just did a stop cut and then cut from this way in. Let me get a knife here. From this way in, okay, to the boot. Whoops, to the boot. So sliced it off here, and then took my knife and sliced it this way, and then cut that little piece out. So it's just sticking out a little bit, as you see right there. Okay, the other thing I also had done was I scooped out the inside of the hat a little bit more, simply because it was just a little bit easier to see that it's curved upward. Alright, and all I did with that was to put a deeper line in, and then just taking, you can leave it the way it was if you don't have this particular tool. If you're new and you don't have it, you know, I would suggest you just leave it the way it was. I just did it to make it look a little more like a little bit of a curvature inside, just like I did with my pumpkins, you know, to the stem. I took this out and I just scraped this off. Now, cut it off. The only thing I want to mention is you really need a sharp knife, because you are going against, this is the grain end, you know, this is like this down here. It's very hard to cut because you're going against all the fibers. The other little thing that I want to share with you real quickly is if it tears on you, okay, this piece is particularly soft, and if the knife isn't extremely sharp, you're going to have a lot of these little tears everywhere on your carving. What you can do to correct that, okay, or to help it, is to put the lines where you need to, and then just spray a little bit of the alcohol and water, and go ahead and cut it after that, after you soak it. It seems to slice like butter where you're not tearing things. Just a little tip there. The other thing is I went ahead and I cut all the way around. Now that needs to be cleaned up just a tad. Let me do that here. That just needs to be cleaned up a little bit like that. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is I'm starting on this pot of gold. Alright. One other thing I need to share with you. I'm trying to speed things up a little bit further. After I did the cuffs here, or the collar, this is just going to be like a white t-shirt. This is just going to be plain white in the back. And all I did was I cut it deeper on both sides. I'll just show it up to so you can see it nice and close here. I cut it on either side, and then I just scooped it out. Okay, so you have the collar that's sticking out a little bit, and then you have the jacket itself. I may put another little line here a little bit later to show that on one side or the other, to show that you could shut like the buttonholes and stuff. But I'm not going to get too much fancier than this. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now. The other thing I went ahead and did was finish up the hands. Now we're starting on the pot of gold. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to draw the circles. I am going to use my wood burner, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that in a second here on my next segment. But I want to really do the pot of gold, make it look like a pot. So we're going to put the brim of the pot on here. So we're just going to do this. We're going to do it the same size all the way around. Let me back this up a little bit. I'm sorry. I think I have it right there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to take the same size, and we're going to cut this as, remember how I showed you how I used the knife as a guide to make your line straight. Instead of using the point and try to follow the knife, I kind of just slice it around, and then I go back sometimes to correct anything. So now I'm going to go back around. Alright. I'm going to make that pretty deep because I'm going to go in a little bit. Alright. And we're just going to cut it upward. Going to cut it in. Okay, see how we have that in? We're going to do another pass. Here. I really want that to look like a little black kettle or a black, yeah, a black pot. That's what I want to make it look like. Okay, we're going to chop it out one more time. As evenly as we can, we're going to just chop it deeper underneath. Okay, see how it's coming? Okay. Now you can redefine this. Now what I'm going to do now, and you want to be careful, and I'm going to spray this to help so it doesn't chip out. Okay, just like so. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just round off this end of it, just like so. Okay, see? Let me get the other knife, it's a little sharper. Okay, see how we have our little brim of the pot there? And we're just going to redefine everything a little bit. And that's it right there, folks. That's all we're doing is we're rounding that brim of the pot. Okay, we're just going to match things up a little bit. It's overflowing a little bit here. Alright, so that's the end of this segment, folks. I think we're getting there. When we come back, we'll actually put the thing in and put the beard in, and then we're going to be ready to paint him. So we're going to try to get a couple of things done. I'm going to do the wood burner offline and show you how to do that. And then we're going to finish up with the beard and the hat's got to be done yet. Okay, so there's a couple of things to do yet. We'll be back.